They say the soul that suffers often speaks the loudest. But what if silence is survival? And empathy a weapon they use to break your vision? Not all apologies are peace. Some are prisons dressed in poetry. I know the way I'm broken, no chains inside. From shadows you cast to reclaim my light. Your story's yours, but I own my dawn. This is my freedom, my healing song. I ain't your savior, I ain't your sin. I cut the ties, won't bleed again. You write regrets, I write rebirth. You lost me, I found my worth. I don't need your goodbye to say mine. I don't carry guilt that was never mine to hold. You talk like a martyr, dressed up in pain. But guilt ain't a gift, it's emotional chains. You say goodbye, but you never let go. That's not closure, that's control wrapped up in a show. Gaslight gospel in a trauma tone letter, saying I'm broken just to make you feel better. Pathologizing pain but still weaponize grief. Love don't look like a eulogy, begging for belief. You said you never stalked, but my nerves knew the game. That I'm sorry loop, it's just ego and shame. A trauma bond wrapped in sentimental attack, disguised as romance but it's manipulation mask. I ain't a chapter in your pity parade, not the muse for your mess or the price you paid. I'm more than a memory you bend in a form. I'm thunder now, baby, I became my own storm. You call it love, but it's anxious pretense, clinging to ghosts in a codependent defense. Avoidant with self, but enmeshed in my light. This ain't love, it's a fear of the night. I buried your voice in a grave of no return. Lit the match on your letters, now watch them burn. Freedom ain't cruel, it's a healing decree. You don't get to define what's broken in me. To every woman reading tears in his ink, don't drown in apologies. Rise up and think, their love ain't a lifeline, it's often a cage. Turn the page, girl, ignite your rage. You dress despair in parade appeal, but redemption ain't real if the wounds never heal. Last letter on loop, that's a threat in disguise. A stage play of sorrow to keep me paralyzed. You want access through guilt, call it love in disguise. But survival means seeing through sugar-laced lies. I owe you nothing, not my silence, not my grace. You had my empathy, now you don't get a trace. To the ones who say I'm sorry but never change, your regrets are routine, not something you've rearranged. We see you, we know the script you rehearsed, but we're not rehab for men who I ain't your savior, I ain't your sin. I cut the ties, won't bleed again. You write regrets, I write rebirth. You lost me, I found my worth. I don't need your goodbye to say mine. I don't carry guilt that was never mine to hold. Your pain is not a permission slip to trespass. Your letters don't resurrect what I buried in peace. You wrote an ending, but I wrote my beginning. This is closure and it didn't ask you to speak. Walk away unbroken, no chains in sight. From shadows you cast to reclaim my light. Your story's yours, but I own my dawn. This is my freedom, my healing song.